Dr. Thomas Maples, and welcome to my podcast, The Myth Within. In today's episode, I'm going to take a look at a very influential quote from a famous mythologist. In fact, his books were one of the primary influencing themes that stood behind Star Wars, and he did one of his last interviews, in fact, at Lucas Ranch, Skywalker Ranch, with George Lucas's home. The mythologist's name was Joseph Campbell, and in today's citation, he reminds us that the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. Let's explore that for a minute to understand the depths behind this premise. Psychologically, when people come into therapy, a lot of times the person that they are is not in tune with that person they want to become. Carl Jung likened this element of personality, a self and self construct. That is a small S self versus a big S self. So the small or the lowercase s self, that really equates to the person that we present to the world. In this case, right now, I am presenting as Dr. Tom, who has a PhD in psychology and is starting a new podcast in regards to exploring the depths of the psyche, the depths of the soul within. But that is only one element of the personality that's ever present within the larger self concept, or this idea of a capital self, capital S self. Now, the capital S self in Buddhist philosophy would be what's known as Brahman. It's an idea that there's a higher consciousness present. In essence, this could be likened to supraordinate consciousness or a God concept. Now, this may not necessarily make sense in Western ideology, where God remains separate from the individual, but the idea behind this is touched upon briefly in the book of Genesis, where it states that man and woman is created in the image of God. And so when we take a look at even being created in that image, and with the fall of man into consciousness, we begin to understand that we do have some aspects of a higher order thought processing going on. We do have the fundamental basis to believe in things that are unknown, yet bring us faith and solace in the life journey that's present. And so the idea of this larger self really is this pulling force that navigates us to become that which we are. And what Joseph Campbell reminds us here is it's a privilege during our lifetime to really find that person who we're becoming. And so elements within psychology that would affect this is if you are moving against your life calling or whatnot, or maybe you haven't attained a life calling at this point. Part of this is a brainstorming exercise. It's a exercise that Carl Jung would liken to active imagination. This brainstorming exercise can be found in artistic expression. It can be found in utilizing your hands in manners such as mechanical exploration. It could be planting things or whatnot. And part of this is really to find the aspect that moves the soul. And so the privilege of a lifetime as being who you are, it really is that area of exploring that person you wish to become or that higher order self, or what a lot of individuals could liken to as a calling from a higher power, whether that be from God or from this higher aspect of self that drives us to explore the things that move the soul in the direction that we want to. My name is Dr. Thomas Maples. This is my first podcast. It's called The Myth Within. I'm going to be exploring elements of psychology, the depths of the soul, psyche, and analytical perspectives of the myths that drive us to realize higher aspects of ourself. I always welcome questions and would welcome any questions to be the subject matter for further explorations on this podcast. And until next time, I wish you all namaste, and I hope that blessings find you on your path to advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. Thank you.